I used to do I help people to learn about how to use dream attention to stay in this process as well. And so we used to get together and sleep over with each other, have a slumber party, but it was about bringing attention to, meditating dreams and things like that, and also to examine the content of dreams as well and try to make sense out of it. And so we would do it 3 or 4 times a night. We'd wake each other up. But Nike would always say, "Don't just wake me up and say, Nike!" Say, Nike. And I said, "Listen, I don't have to do this." The only difference between me and you is you're not enjoying your own nature. Where I look around, I just see the self everywhere, and it's all enjoyment to me. But you're not enjoying it. Some people love to do puzzles and sit down and put it all together. Well, some people approach spiritual life that way, and it's a good way. That was my way, more or less. And other people, they have to feel it. They have to make it very human and personable. That's the only way it makes sense to them. The attraction grows and stays alive. So if it's whatever your nature is, suits you, then you can use that. What happened to me in my process, I began to understand the whole principle of it, and I'd say, I want to go faster. Now I understand this principle, I can withstand a lot more purification. So my meditations would get more intense, and more intense. And because as soon as you go through the purification, you come to this other place where your own nature is even more and more revealed as yourself. And so it's a beautiful place to come to. So what, you have to climb up a hill to get there. It's so incredible to be there that the discomforts I had to go through to go deeper in the realization always seemed minor. They didn't seem, but in the beginning you hit these purification places, they seem really big and really hard. But once you get the hang of the principle of what to do during those purification times, it's really easy after that. One of my friends who's a realizer, Sarada, she went to her teacher when she was very young and realized herself in a couple of years. She was a teenager. She didn't really have to do much. She just did this, sat around all day long, tensely wanting to do this exercise. And she did it in relationship to her teacher by concentrating on his form. And since he is the self, he's the source, that is the same as bringing attention back to the source, because he is the source. That's what you realized. And the more she did it, the more she wanted to do it, because there's great result in doing it. If you really do it. If you really, really do it. You can't just half-ass do it. You have to really, really do it. Some people have a life of a perfect spiritual aspirant. They go to their teacher, they apply the study, years go by, become more spiritually advanced, then they realize the self. Da-da-da-da-da. Sort of like Sarada's life, right? The few complications of the mother-in-law, right? Where she goes, she meets the teacher, she loves the teacher, she wants to be the teacher, she tells her whole family she'll commit suicide unless she can be with the teacher, so they say, go ahead. Her teacher says, I will adopt you as my daughter, therefore you can be here. So she stays there, she meditates every day, all the time, realizes herself in a couple of years. I mean, okay? Like, that was like a really smooth path, wasn't it? Smooth path, People all have different kinds of life. Part of my practice survived and was helped by trauma. Now, most people, if they had the kind of trauma I had in my earlier life, wouldn't survive at all. There would just be a bigger argument to hold on to security and stay rigid and fixed and protect themselves from everything. And that, it undid everything for me to just be free to hold my attention to this process instead. So whatever works for everybody is different, and some people's lives look orderly, some people's lives look messy. Nothing's the way you think it is. It just all happens all the time. It's amazing. I don't do anything. It just always is happening. It's just going on and on and on and on and on and on. And what a relief not to have to be responsible for continuing it in some way. That I'm going to keep it all going. It's up to me to keep it going. It just happens anyways. That's the secret of the world. It just happens anyways. Even if you don't like it. Even if you do like it. It just happens anyways. Not one single thing that ever happened to you in your life happened because you were in control. You thought it through, you made it happen every step of the way. It just all happens. You're being helped by your own nature all the time. It's always trying to lead you back to yourself, to yourself. There's no sin, there's no blame, there's no psychological damage. There's just your own nature. All the other stuff is agitation. It's going away from your own nature. And so you have attraction for it. Keep going with it. Go with it, go with it, go with it. Make it into your primary art form rather than a secondary one. Whatever you're doing and everything else in life is a secondary means. Trying to have a baby, trying to get rich, trying to be a great guitarist, trying to be a great nurse, a great doctor. It's all secondary. What you're trying to find in those things is the beauty of your own nature. It's already here. And the only way to get there is to bring attention back to your own nature. If you meditate on your own nature, you will realize your own nature. If you meditate on secondary aspects of your nature, you're only going to get that much satisfaction, a secondary satisfaction. So, that's all I want to say tonight. So thanks for coming.
Thanks.
So you're in it a little bit, but let's go deeper.